Welcome to another episode of The Untold. Saad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, but we're actually going to have a very interesting episode today. I'm
Yes.
kind of excited about it because it's a subject that I find a lot of personal interest in, although I have nothing to do with it. Martial arts.
Yes.
Our guest, Salem Alrushaid, is a black belt, if you
Yes.
can imagine that.
Yes, in karate, and this his specialty is unique. We will talk about that during the interview and his untold story about how he chose this by accident, which is interesting already. And we would like to talk to him about his journey, and we hope the viewers can learn something from it.
I find that most people, when they find their path, it's not always straightforward.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just sort of happens and they seize the opportunity.
Yes.
And I love martial arts, but I only know about it from movies and shows and anime.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any more knowledge on it.
Yeah, actually, I love the kickboxing, and it's called Muay Thai in Thailand. It's actually different than kickboxing, but today, actually, I will talk with Salem about how he thinks about these aggressive types of martial arts.
I agree, and I look forward to talking to him as well. And with that, we are going to go on a short break, and hopefully we'll get back to you soon. And we're back, and we're joined by Salem Alrushaid. Salem, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you're a martial arts expert, and Saad and I are both really excited to talk to you about this because it's such an interesting subject. So before we begin, I want to ask you, what drew you to martial arts?
I think what drew me to martial arts was being exposed to movies and cartoons growing up. And also it's related to Arab culture, the idea of the noble warrior. This is shared between Japanese and Arab culture. The idea of noble warrior, defending the weak, protecting the innocent. So basically that had a big role in it. And also the idea or the fantasy of having a knockout punch or a knockout kick. But with training, I found out that movies lie to us. Sometimes it takes more than that.
Yes, actually, I noticed that the cause actually is noble when you want to defend the weak, because other people, they want to learn martial arts to beat other people up.
True.
Or maybe defend themselves because they need that. So let's talk about your, something maybe people are unfamiliar with it, is kyokushin karate.
It's pronounced kyokushin. Kyokushin
Kyokushin
karate.
karate. Could you tell us about what is kyokushin karate?
Kyokushin, it can be very technical to explain, but I'll try to simplify it. Kyokushin was started by, we call him Sosai founder, Mas Oyama, in 1957. It's said that he isolated himself in the mountains.
Oh, wow.
Trained for a long time and came back with his own understanding of karate. He also he also studied older forms of karate, but after his experience, he came back with this form of karate, and he wanted to make it efficient and practical. But what do we do in kyokushin or in karate in general?
Yes.
You can say that the teachings of karate or the practices within karate can be divided into three things. The first one is kihon, which is basic strikes and blocks, and kata, which is the movement and sequence of moves we do. And of course, we have a kumite, which is sparring. And in kyokushin, what makes us different from other forms of karate is the kyokushin is a full contact form of karate. So we hit each other bare knuckle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and on our competition rules, we allow attacks to the body, no punches to the face. What else? We don't allow attacks to the joint. We don't allow attacks to the neck, and we don't allow an attack to the back or hitting a fallen opponent. So because of that, we focus a lot on building body toughness and the discipline to go through the training that requires to have that skills.
Yes.
I mean, already the way that you're talking about it, it feels like it's a movie. It feels like it's an anime. It doesn't feel real. It feels like I've entered a different world where you're going to teach me about the different things. We're going to go on the mountain together now and learn, you know? I feel like that's what's so amazing about martial arts.
Yeah. And you're always welcome to see training firsthand if you want.
I would love to do that. I mean, growing up, I used to love watching those kind of movies as well, and I would have loved to been able to do it myself, but I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. I don't like getting hurt. So the idea of like, yeah, I do. I'm really scared. Like, you can't hit me. I'll cry, you know?
Yeah, you said something actually, Jane. You said something about kyokushin karate. Is it an aggressive type of karate? Because I think the karate is more defending yourself.
Like I said, the difference between kyokushin and other forms of karate is our competition is very physical. We hit each other bare knuckle without gloves. That's part of the thing. For adult competition, kids of course have a different rule where they they wear their guards and protection, and we loosen up and the rules for kids to make it safe for them. Other schools of karate, maybe I think the most famous one is Shotokan. Their competition, sparring at least, is more of a point system that is similar to fencing. It's tapping the opponent. It's not actually doing injury or damage.
Yes.
But in kyokushin, no, we actually do that.
Yeah.
But with kyokushin and how we are taught, we always show respect to our opponents. We greet each other when we get in on the mat, and we always greet each other when we get off the mat. And there's no display of boasting or belittlement of your opponent, whatever, if you're hurt or so. That's one of the things that I liked about kyokushin. It's always asking you to respect yourself and your opponent. Yeah.
Is that what drew you to kyokushin over other forms of karate?
To be honest, it was random. I wanted to do martial arts, and I think when I was looking for a dojo, I found it by accident. But the teachers were my inspiration to keep going in training.
So you said you went there by accident, and then the teachers, they made you fall in love in this kyokushin karate. Tell us, why did you choose that personally? Because I think this is a personal choice. It's not easy to go to this strange sport here in Kuwait. Maybe we hear about boxing, maybe some judo here in Kuwait, maybe the karate, the original karate. But kyokushin karate, tell us the story of that.
Like I said, kyokushin was founded by Sosai Masoyama in 1957, and Sosai was very inclusive, and his first students also included international people from all over the world. So over the years, students from other parts of the world and Kuwaiti students came and founded schools in Kuwait. And that's how kyokushin came in Kuwait. I think maybe you can say early 80s, maybe. Kyokushin was introduced to Kuwait.
Yes.
Well, that's so cool. It does kind of feel like you said it was your destiny almost, because you said it was random. You didn't just suddenly decide this is what I want to do. You kind of walked into a dojo, you found the teachers teaching this, and then it kind of became your version of karate. It became what you chose to do, and it seems like a very noble kind of pursuit. There's a lot of honor involved. Like I said, there's a lot of respect, and I think that's really cool. I feel like you're taking me with you into the dojo almost, like into the anime. I feel like we're going to go learn the lessons now, you know? But other than that, you not only have studied it, but you have a black belt. And that's really impressive, by the way. It's not easy to do that, I think. So could you tell us the moment you decided to pursue it and make it so that you could have a black belt?
Like I said earlier, it's the teachers. The teachers were always a source of inspiration for me to continue and learn more and learn more. And the philosophy of kyokushin that I really respect, or one of the sayings of Sosai Soyama is head low, eyes high, mouth shut, ears open.
That's so cool.
So your lesson is to be humble, to strive for your best, to always listen, and to pursue learning. For this is very, I thought it was a very noble concept that I wanted. Plus, in Kyokushin, became a family. I can go to any dojo in the world and have the same welcome and reception from in anywhere in the globe. And people come to visit us, and we also visit other dojos, and people are treat us as family.
This is really interesting. And what more interesting is, can you walk us through a typical fight of Kyokushin Karate, knowing that this fight is intense, as you said? Tell us about the fights and competition.
It starts before the fight. So basically, stepping into a competition is a test of your courage.
Yes.
Yes, you trained and prepared, but also your opponent trained and prepared.
Yes.
So you're asking yourself, can I take a hit? Can I do my technique? Can I control my opponent? So it's really a test of your courage and resilience.
Of course.
One of the things that, for example, that happened to me is in one competition, in the final match, I didn't want to go in because the time between my last fight and the fight that was going to happen, my body went cold, and the hits and bruises in my body started pulsing.
Oh wow!
So I was in pain before getting into the mat for the start of the competition, but I was encouraged by my teacher, Shihan Ali al-Manasir, and also with the help of Shihan Badr al-Bishr. I owed them the opportunity and the chance to fight, and
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, I won. And this was the first Kuwait International Kyokushin Karate Championship in 2012.
Well, Mabruk,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
honestly, that's so cool to hear, and it does sound like it's your own movie as well. I do want to ask you more about it, but we are going to go on a short break, and then we can talk about it more because it sounds so interesting. So stay tuned for after the break. And we're back from that short break. So we were just talking about a match that you faced, where in the beginning your body was numb, you didn't think you could do it because you were in pain and you were getting in your head about it. But your teachers helped you push through and you ended up winning the match. That's such an amazing thing. And I think it helps to show the beauty of karate in general, or martial arts, because as you said, it's like mind and body. It's harmony of both. And that seems like a really cool match to talk to us about. But I do want to ask you, is there any other match that really has lingered in your mind that you could share with us today?
It's not really a match. It's a situation that happened to me in the beginning of training in karate. I failed my first white belt
Oh,
test.
really?
And I felt so embarrassed, and but also again, my teacher at the time said, "Don't worry. I know you are qualified. Just do it again." And basically, from that point, I always thought of failing or losing as an opportunity to learn a lesson. And that, for me, I think is very powerful. And then I think that's one of the teachings that is part of karate. That there is, even if you lose, you win. You learn a lesson.
Honestly, that's a really great philosophy to kind of embody. And by the way, I want to go back to how you said you failed your first white belt, but now you have a black belt and you're an inspiration to the people in the dojo with you. I've noticed a lot of people, Saad, who are successful, they might fail the first time, the second time, but the difference between them and regular people is they keep trying, they keep persevering. And I think that's a really noble thing that you've managed to keep in yourself. So I also want to ask you, do you have any principles or philosophies that you've learned from the dojo that help you in your everyday life?
Kyokushin focuses on mental toughness. So to control your body, you have to control your mind. The training that we do is very physically demanding, but if you sometimes you get hit in training or hit in a competition, you have to continue. And so like I said, it's a lesson. You're always that hurt or that failure, you'll try to push more.
So, Mr. Salem, during everyday life, you are a black belt champion, so you can be dangerous to regular people, especially when something bad happens. So how do you deal with that, knowing that during your training, you learn how to control yourself?
Luckily, I haven't faced a situation where I needed to use my training.
Yes.
But we are always taught that not to use our power to hurt.
Yeah.
It's always to protect yourself and others. So we do not allow our students to use violence outside the dojo.
Yes.
It's just to protect yourself.
Yes.
It's martial arts is a form of self-defense. So yes, we are taught lethal attacks, and but we are also taught that we can't use this power outside the dojo, especially to untrained people. It's only to defend yourself and others.
This is why I asked Lujain, because their strikes can be lethal more than the normal people. When I say normal, that untrained, let's say fighters. We are not fighters, but we cannot hurt them as the black belt.
Well, I understand, because let's say, like, inshallah it never happens, but you guys get into a fight. He obviously has the upper edge on you.
Fast,
you can run fast. That's useful as well. But
do you do other sports?
I tried Muay Thai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to play football, so kicking is easier for me more than punching because I have this training. So I think Muay Thai is for me, or kickboxing.
Yes.
What do you think about Muay Thai? And
I like both. I like both Muay Thai and kickboxing. But personally, for me, I don't like being hit on the face.
I feel like no one wants to be hit in the face. It's always like avoid the face.
Even if you're wearing gloves, I think as for sports,
yes,
I think I know it's scientifically proven that it's dangerous being hit on the head constantly.
Yes.
So for me, Kyokushin is a better fit, and that's basically that's. I'm not saying Kyokushin is the best form of martial arts. It's what suits you.
Yes.
And
yeah, I understand.
and what you like.
Yeah, I think Lujain, what Salem says about the karate, it's more mindful.
Yeah.
So you use your own techniques, and with the opponent power, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, to just take them and throw them. I learned that I think from the movie, that you are more mindful. So you're not aggressive. You are thinking. So Muay Thai is all about kicking and punching.
Yeah, it seems like a very different philosophy that they use.
Yes. Actually, Kyokushin is also our strikes are we're a striking martial art. So we kick and we punch. We also have throws, but in competition we focus on kicking and punch.
Well, like you said before, it's a more hard contact thing. But as you said, Saad, I think the beauty of martial arts is that it's the thing, it's also an art. It's
Yeah.
not just a sport. So it balances a lot of different things like your mind, your body, how to use them together to kind of have a great way of movement as well as defense, which is really noble and honorable. However, I don't know if you know this side, but Salem doesn't just do kyokushin, he's also a mobility instructor. So I kind of want to ask you about that. What made you decide to also become a mobility instructor? Is it similar to martial arts?
Mobility is life. Movement is what we do. We're humans. We need to move. We need to, for example, a parent needs to carry his children. You need to walk, keep balance, and train if you're training. So mobility is very important. You do it for martial arts, but also to maintain your health. It comes naturally.
Actually, I need to learn what is mobility instructor. Can you explain it to me and to the viewers? Is it like stretching and making your body?
Stretching is part of mobility, but
Yeah.
mobility is flexibility and your ability to move your body safely and with ease.
So
So
give
this is
us
mobility.
examples about the training that you do with the mobility.
For example, we emphasize on warming up before movement.
Yeah. Stretching.
Stretching, moving the joints.
Lifting weights, no?
Lifting weights can be used to move. Sorry, lifting weights can be used to help you in specific situations.
Yes.
But it, in the way that I was taught, is using your body weight to achieve better range of movement.
Yes, I think I need mobility instructor.
Everyone does, actually.
yeah.
It's something that is actually so important for every single person to do because without it, as you get older, you kind of lose range of motion. I learned that from some people who do mobility as well. But I do also want to ask you, since you teach it, how do you approach different students who have maybe different physical ideas of how to move? Is it a one-size-fits-all, or do you have to show them that it's not about being flexible, but about focusing on yourself? How do you do it?
Mobility, I think one of the mistakes that, especially with social media, they see the best way to move, to do a squat. This is the perfect stance for you, but it's mobility has to. You have to understand that each body is different. So not everybody is going to respond. Not every person is going to respond to or move in a certain in a way that fits the book. It's about so it's mobility focuses on getting the best range of motion for you, for your body, and knowing your limits. Some of us can't do certain things because that's how they are. So there's no best way to do a certain thing. It's what your body allows.
So what
and you have to understand. You have to understand it's what your body allows.
So, what are some of the most or the biggest mistakes regarding flexibility or movement people can mistake?
Not warming up, number one. If you are about to be physical or train body, like do weightlifting, you have to warm up your joints. You have to do your stretches, and you have to warm up your body before engaging in this kind of work.
To prevent the injury.
The other thing, like I said, is to not look at what social media says about mobility with a grain of salt. What you see sometimes is not for you. You need to know your limits, and you need to know what works for your body. I think that's really important to know that's what's your limit.
Everyone is different.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I can kind of also see that your work in martial arts might have helped you with mobility. And I want to thank you for joining us today because you gave us so much insight on what goes on behind the scenes of karate and the way you move your body, which is something I think most people should focus on in their everyday lives in general.
Exactly.
Don't you think, Saad?
Yes, I think, and this mindful martial art. It's something unique here in Kuwait, and I think Salem, he gave us all the details that we need. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. And with that, we are going on a short break. And that's all we had for today. Saad, what did you think of our guest?
Actually, the kyokushin karate is something unique, especially in terms of karate. I think this is it's not a soft martial art, but it's more mindful. But kyokushin, as Salem said, it has some aggressiveness for it.
Yeah, apparently it's a more hard contact version of the sport. And I do love the way he talked about it and the way he talked about kind of the lore of it almost, how kyokushin came to exist, how his teachers inspired him to choose it, how he has family in all dojos everywhere around the world. I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think this is something useful for Kuwait and for the community who are interested, the people who are interested in martial arts. We have here in Kuwait a kyokushin karate black belt, Salem Alrushaid.
I'm always amazed to find out that there's so many different types of martial arts. I know about karate and like jujitsu, the basics, but I didn't know that within karate, there are so many different forms. And that's something so beautiful about martial arts because it's kind of more than just a sport. As our guest said, Salem, it's like the mind as well as the body. There's like honor in it. And that's why he chose it. He wanted to be able to defend people. And I think that's so amazing.
Yes, I think all martial arts, they use the mind, but this one actually specifically using the mind because you are waiting for the opponent to attack so you can defend yourself and then attack. So this is the technique for the karate, also for the kyokushin.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. And the fact that he also does mobility training as he teaches it, not just training.
I didn't know anything about mobility
You
training.
should look into it because apparently as we get older, like it's very important to do it because it's how you move the body, keep the joints fluid and other stuff like that. But as he said, the proper form is important. And the fact that he could blend martial arts and mobility training as well as his own personal, you know, lifestyle all together, it's something really amazing, I think.
Actually, yes, not only walking 10 minutes a day, you can do actually the mobility training or movement, it can benefit you big deal.
Yeah, I loved how Salem viewed it. I loved the philosophy he had behind it and how he tries to be the best that he can be. And I hope that our viewers also enjoyed the episode a lot and learned a lot about the beauty of the martial arts and how there are different sides of it and how you should try to focus on your honor as well as your own defense strategies.
Yes.
So I think that's all we have for today, unfortunately. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next time.
Take care and goodbye.